I'm joined by Nick Hood, who's business risk advisor at Opus Restructuring. He's a retail and insolvency expert. Of all the sort of questions which are hovering around this, which do you think are the most important, the ones that really need to be answered by this committee of MPs?
Well, it's quite an extraordinary case, this. I mean, this has generated more intense interest and vitriolic comment than almost any case I can remember in my 30 years in this game, compares with Woolworths and Robert Maxwell's empire collapse. I think what the media has appointed itself as the court of public opinion. Today we've got the court of political opinion, and I think what they will be looking at is they'll be trying to winkle out as much information as possible about who knew what, who told whom what, about the circumstances of the sale of the business to retail acquisitions a year ago for £1, and the likely implications for the pensioners, the staff, and the £1.3 billion worth of creditors that resulted from that.
In many ways, the sale for a company of £1. I mean, there is the question of caveat emptor, isn't there?
Sure.
The seller, Sir Philip Green, wanted to get rid of the company. He thought it was worth, all he was going to get for it was £1. The buyers bought it, and if they didn't do due diligence on it, so what? I mean, that's their problem, isn't it?
Well, I think so long as a company is solvent and it can pay its creditors and it's privately owned, then frankly, the owners can do what they like and sell to whom they like. The problem comes when they find themselves a year on, the company is insolvent, it's in administration, it owes £1.3 billion, which it clearly cannot pay. That changes the responsibilities entirely, and I think the focus...
But shouldn't they have found that out when they did due diligence, when they actually looked at the company properly when they bought it for £1?
Well, the interesting thing is what due diligence they did, and I think that we may get some inkling of that from the hearings today and over the next couple of weeks.
So you think the kind of advice they received might have been faulty? Is that a problem?
I don't think it's faulty. I think it's necessarily. It's a matter of the scope of it, what questions were asked, and what answers were given, and that sets the scene for what is really the most important part of the whole of this process, which is what the administrators can find out, because they are the people, not the press, not Parliament, who have the powers to bring any misbehaving, miscreant parties in this saga to book and to apply sanctions to them. The administrators are the key people here.
OK. Nick Hood, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much. We should be getting some information in the next 48 hours, probably, about the fate of the company itself. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.